Hello everyone, let's look at Leetcode question 624, maximum distance in arrays. The time of recording, this question has 743 upvotes and 70 downvotes. You're given an M arrays, where each array is sorted in ascending order. You can pick up two integers from two different arrays. Each array picks one, and calculate the distance. We define the distance between two integers, a and b, to be their absolute difference, a minus b. We need to return the maximum distance. So before going to the examples, let's look at the constraints real quick. So m will be the arrays.length, and it will be somewhere between 2 and 100,000 units. And the values of the array at I will be between 1 and 500, and the arrays at ij will be between negative and positive 10,000. The arrays at I are sorted in ascending order, and there will be at most 100,000 integers in all the arrays. Okay, let's look at the example. Okay, to solve this problem, we want to define first the answer to 0 and the min I and max I to the constraint values. They're 110,000 and negative 10,000. And then we loop through the arrays, and we simply check then if the max is somewhere between the answers or the current array last index value minus the minimum index array, or the maximum index array minus the current index at 0 for the array. Then we define our minimum to be either the current value for minimum or the index value of 0 of the array. And then max I will be the max between the current maximum value or the last value of the current array being iterated through. And we can think of this as comparing essentially the greatest value of one array with the smallest value of the previous array. And then another comparison would be the greatest value of the previous array and the smallest value of the next array. And we continue this process until we find the greatest difference. Okay, so let's check out this example. Okay, so we've defined answer to 0, min I and max I. So we loop through the arrays. The first array is 1, 2, 3. And then for R in arrays, we just then check the answer will be the max between 0 or array at negative 1, which is 3, minus min I, which is 10,000. This is just a negative value, or max I, which is already a negative value, minus the array value at 0, which is 1. So you have 0, negative, and negative 10,000 approximately. Answer is currently then 0. So then we can define finally our min I. So our min I is the minimum between the current min I, which is 10,000, or the array value at 0. So clearly the smallest value is 1 here. And then for the max I, we want to calculate the maximum. So the max I value is negative 10,000 or 3. So 3 is currently max I. And then we loop then to the next array. So answer is the max of answer, which is 0, or array at negative 1, which is 5, minus min I, which is 1. So 5 minus 1 is 4. Okay, we got 4, and then max I minus array at 0 is 3 minus 4, that's negative 1. So you could see the maximum then is either 0, 4, or negative 1. So answer becomes 4. Then the min I is the minimum between the current minimum or array at 0. So the current minimum is 1 or 4. This stays as 1. The max is max I, which is 3 or 5. So 3 is smaller than 5, so max I becomes 5. Alright, then we can loop to the last array in the list. So we see then the max between answer, which is 4, array at negative 1, 3, minus min I, 3 minus 1 is 2, max I is 5, 5 minus array at 0 is 1, 5 minus 1 is 4. So the maximum between 4, 2, or 4 is 4. Okay, so then answer stays as 4, and then min I is the minimum between min I, which is 1, or array at 0. This is 1 or 1. This stays as 1. Max I is the maximum between max I, which is 5, or 3. This stays as 5. So we've looped through all the arrays, and we can finally return answer, and that's 4. Okay, let's check the solution here. Nice, so great runtime. And let's find out the time complexity. So the time complexity is O of n, where n is the total number of elements in the arrays. This is because we iterate through each element once to update the minimum and maximum values. And we also then calculate the maximum distance. So the space complexity is O of 1 because we use constant amount of space to store the minimum and maximum values, as well as the answer. That's it for this video. Thank you for watching.